Hey everybody, and welcome to Plastic Nostalgic, where all toys are nostalgic. Eventually. Today we're going back to the galaxy far, far away and check out these two retro collection Star Wars action figures from the show The Mandalorian. This one is the Death Trooper and this one is the Armorer. I obviously didn't have these as a kid, so I can't wait to check these out. Today we have the Star Wars Retro Collection action figures from the Mandalorian show. We have the Imperial Death Trooper and the Armorer, who is known for making the Mandalorian's Beskar steel armor. A couple of great action figures to add to my collection. You see the action shot on the front of the Imperial Death Trooper. And on the back it has a little bit of stuff talking about how the Star Wars Retro Collection is inspired by 1970s Star Wars figures and feature original figure design and detailing. Continue your collection from the galaxy far, far away. And I will. And in this wave of retro collection figures, we have the Mandalorian in his Beskar armor, Imperial Death Trooper, the Armorer, Ahsoka Tano, Bo-Katan Kryze, and Boba Fett Morak. And here is the Mandalorian, the Armorer. Pretty exciting picture here. Got the same kind of stuff on the back. So let's get into these. Always be careful when using a knife. Now this bubble pack was a little bit smashed when I found it. So I'll be happy to get this one out and add it to my collection. Always fond of getting those trooper characters. Here's the card back. And if anyone at Star Wars Action Figure Company is listening, make this sticker smaller. Put it up here somewhere so we can see the action pose of the characters involved in the what we're getting. Okay, let's see if I can get him out of this crushed up plastic coffin here. Well, that's generally easier. There we go. We have that important literature, but we're not going to heed those warnings today. And here we have that Imperial Death Trooper. Come on down. And out. Let's get that rifle blaster of his. Boop! There it goes. Pretty neat design, original. It's not a Star Wars weapon that I've seen before. And here is the Imperial Death Trooper. He has glowing green eyes. So you can make it come in here. And his shiny black armor. I got some kind of neat stuff on his wrist here. Classic Stormtrooper backpack. And he looks a lot like a Stormtrooper, but he is not. And his head does not turn, leaving only his shoulders and his hips the articulation in these figures. But it's very much like the classic ones from the 70s and 80s. Also on this one has holes on the bottom of his feet for posing him on action sets, I suppose. Action play sets. Well, he holds on to his blaster pretty well. A lot better than some of the other retro figures. This is a pretty nice addition to my collection here. So let's get out the Armorer. Now, The Mandalorian, I think, was a great show, because not only did it introduce a lot of new characters to add to the Star Wars canon, but also added or had several classic characters that we know and we're quite fond of. And here is the card back for The Mandalorian's The Armorer. Next to the forge. Alright. This one was a little crushed up too. So let's try to be careful with this one, taking it apart. Oh, well, here's another one of those things where it's probably going to warn you about the toys choking you. Well, the toys wouldn't choke you if you chewed your toys correctly. So be careful chewing your toys. But the best bet is to keep them out of your mouth. Here is the hammer she uses on her forge. Have to get my knife out to cut the tape again. And slide out the tongs. And then we can get the Mandalorian's The Armorer out of this plastic. Okay now, come on. Trying to be careful, and we got it. Okay, nice. There we go with the hammer. I put the tongs in the other hand. Now, it is a pretty nice action figure. It has some of that faux fur on the back. Kind of reminds me of some of the other action figures I've had as a kid, like Klaatu. He had that loin cloth that was kind of furry. This is a little softer than that one, though. I guess it's supposed to keep her warm. Held on by a couple little bands there. And I'll leave it right on her. Also has the simple articulation of the classic action figures. And this character also holds on to his or her accessories pretty nice. Has that classic Mandalorian looking helmet with some spiky things on top. The Mandalorian's The Armorer and Imperial Death Trooper from the Star Wars Retro Collection. Thanks for joining us today on Plastic Nostalgic, where all toys are nostalgic. Eventually. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. And join us next time when we unbox some soon-to-be nostalgic toys. See y'all next time.